Just a reminder, everyone, that this is being recorded live. It's being recorded and live streamed to YouTube, so keep it clean. This meeting of Brooklyn Community Board 14 is called to order on Monday, May 10th, 2021 at 6:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time under the applicable statutes of New York State, the Charter of New York City, the board's bylaws, and Robert's Rules of Order. The board's policy is to encourage detailed public discussion of matters before the board at our committee meetings and at public hearings. Consequently, except by board members, there will be no public discussion at our regular monthly meetings of matters about which a public hearing or a committee meeting has been held. Specific service delivery requests or complaints should be brought to the attention of the district manager's staff by calling the board office during regular business hours or by visiting our website anytime. Other matters of civil interest may be brought before the board during our scheduled public comment period, which will begin tonight after all other business on the board's monthly meeting agenda has been concluded. No partisan political appeals or advertising of for-profit enterprises will be heard. Persons wishing to speak during the public comment period were asked to pre-register. Unlike my little mishap last time, we're not going to call roll call. We're going to do attendance by the participants list. If we do not have a quorum, then we'll just move the agenda forward to the district manager's report. Let me know how we'd like to go.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and provide my report. We are still, I think, 5 members short, and I'll ask Anya behind the scenes to maybe be keeping count while I'm talking, and we'll see where we're at when I'm done. Because I do have a few things to update the board and public on. There are a couple of hearings that are coming up in this month and next month. And they are not Community Board 14 hearings, but they are important public hearings that I think members of our community will be interested in either listening in on, perhaps providing testimony, because one is the Rent Guidelines Board and their annual assessment of the increase that rent stabilized apartments can be charged. And that public hearing is on the 17th, it being run by the Rent Guidelines Board. And tomorrow we'll have the link to that hearing up on our website. What we already have up on the website is a property tax hearing that is being held by the Property Tax Commission appointed by the mayor and speaker. Back in 2020, their hearings were delayed due to COVID. They started them again just this May. And I will report that I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't reach out directly to community boards. I kind of found out through the pipeline and then followed up in order to get the information. But that is up on our website. Property tax hearings. There are 10 recommendations for changing how property taxes are assessed. It looks like it will impact most significantly those living in co-ops and condos, and it will also impact homeowners who may have owned their home for a long time. So take a look at our website for the links to that. Call us if you have any questions, if we can help you get directly to information. I'm also excited about our Lunch and Learn series, and that starts this Thursday. And so that's going to be a series of discussions and presentations by housing, development, land use experts. And we're going to start with a sort of primer by the Department of City Planning. These will all be lunchtime from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. They will all be online. The link's on our website, so anybody can just click the link to join us. Department of City Planning will be followed the next Thursday by CHPC, and then we will have Housing and Preservation Development, and then we're working on our June Thursdays, and we'll have 2 or 3 more in June. I've been excited just to have the conversations about setting them up, so I think they're going to be very enriching discussions, and I ask you all to, use your lunch hour to join us online on those Thursdays. That's all up on our website too. Call us with any questions. And then I'm glad to report that our Youth Leadership Council is moving along. There are 12 members of the council now between the ages of 15 to 19. And I want to really thank the Council of People's Organizations, COPO, for hosting Anya and a few of the YCL members on a tour of their food pantry. And I hasten to add that the tour was actually requested by one of the Youth Leadership Council members. It was her idea. She wanted to do it. It got organized, and a couple others joined her. So thanks to COPO for the great work they're doing in the community, and for sharing it with our staff and YLC members. And that's it. That was my 4 items for the night. Happy to answer any questions about any of these 4 items. Just email the office and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And with that, I believe we do have quorum. Yeah, looking good on quorum. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Sean. Okay, so the minutes have been distributed to you via email with the link to this WebEx meeting. Were there any corrections submitted to the board office?
I noted that we didn't list Councilmember Lewis as attending. Her team was there, but she also did attend in the end. I don't know if that's significant enough to make an amendment.
Yeah, it is. We'll add that correction. Sorry for the oversight, and thanks very much for catching it, Eagle Eyes.
Any other corrections from board members in attendance to this meeting? Hearing none, if there are no if there are no further corrections, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
The minutes of the, anyone opposed? The minutes of the April 19 meeting are approved. Sorry, just looking. Okay. Moving on to moving the agenda forward is the chair's report. A happy Mother's Day to all who mother humans, animals, plants, communities, and invention. With Ramadan coming to an end, wishing Eid Mubarak to those who celebrate. I have a report from the Borough Board, which I attended on April 6th remotely via WebEx. A few items of note. The first presentation was from City Growers. City Growers harnesses the wonders of nature to increase environmental and food literacy, to cultivate curiosity, and to provide transformative experiences for urban youth. They use urban agriculture to teach children about where food comes from and why it matters. They have 2 farm classrooms in Brooklyn, one in Sunset Park, and the other is in the Brooklyn Navy Yards. City Growers normally serves as a summer youth employment program site, but their ability to participate is on a hiatus this summer, unfortunately, due to funding. They are having a family farm day, excuse me, at the Sunset Park location, and that's on May 23rd. I think any additional information about that you can find on their website. The next presentation was from the Department of City Planning regarding the hotel zoning text amendment. This zoning text amendment will create a consistent framework for hotel development through special permits. The text amendment was initiated to help the hotel and tourist industry recover from the pandemic. Some data that was provided to us, as of right now, 146 hotels of 705 in New York City have closed secondary to the pandemic. That's 42,000 rooms and 197,000 jobs. Special permitting will not apply to hotels constructed or converted to house people experiencing homelessness. Community boards will have 60 days to respond to the proposed text amendment. The clock starts on May 12th. The Department of City Planning has considered the summer hiatus of community boards And since this is not a ULURP process, Department of City Planning will continue to accept community board feedback until the matter goes to the council. Likely, the borough board will be asked to take a position on the text amendment in July after the community boards have had an opportunity to see the Department of City Planning's presentation. Community Board 14 will be hosting the DCP presentation on June 10th at the Community Environment Committee meeting. In other business, term limit guidelines for community board members will be issued this month from Borough Hall. Membership lists of those reappointed and newly appointed will go to district offices between May 15th and the 17th. And lastly, the NYPD Commanding Officer Pilot Program, which was piloted in the 83rd and the 75th precincts, is wrapping up. Borough Hall is working on constructing lessons learned from this program. There were no public hearings between the last general meeting and this meeting. That's all for my report. Moving on to topical committees. The first committee to give report is Youth Services, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everybody. Dwayne and I know Dwayne is here, we're very glad to see all of you tonight and to remind you about our very important upcoming youth conference, our 14th annual virtual youth conference, where we expect to have several hundred, maybe at least more than several hundred virtual participants engage with our panels of organizations and businesses and agencies who provide jobs, internships, and other opportunities for the young people of our community. The format's going to be a little different in the sense that we're going to have introductory material about every group or organization or business that's participating, and people will be able to view that at their leisure. And then we're going to have a schedule of panel type discussions where people will be able to hop in and listen for, I believe it's about a half hour, and ask questions through a webinar style format where they can write their question and questions can be answered that way. It's going to be different. It's going to be exciting, but we're looking forward to seeing how this goes, and it might prove to be a really useful model for engaging more people who may not otherwise be able to physically show up on the day of the conference in a physical site. So it might give us some idea how we could do this hybrid model going forward, so we could reach out to more of the teens in our community. Just as a quick reminder, it's for ages 14 to 21. It's going to be Wednesday, May 19th, between 4 to 7 p.m. To register, if you're a teen or a student or a young adult who falls into that age range and you'd like to attend, go to CB14youthconference.nyc, and you will be able to register from there through Eventbrite. I don't know if we still have room for any new, the cutoff may have happened because we've changed our procedures for this virtual event. I don't know if we have room for any other businesses or organizations, but if there are any businesses that have opportunities, volunteer, internship, job, if you're an organization that has a program for young people for the summer, anything like that, and you haven't registered to partake, please feel free to contact the district office and see what's possible to do that way. And our meeting that we had on April 22nd was, as you can imagine, very much about our youth conference, and all the details that I just relayed, and I'm sure Dwayne may have some to relay as well. That was the substance of what we covered in terms of business at that meeting on Thursday, April 22nd at 6:30 via Zoom, but we did test it out on Zoom. So we know that Zoom is going to work well. We know that our attendees are familiar with Zoom from their educational settings and what they use. So we're just very excited to see how this goes, and hopefully it will be our best youth conference yet, even though we won't be able to do it in person. So I encourage you all to share with your networks on social media, email, phone, text, if you have bullhorns, do it at the proper hours.
Snail mail.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever will help get the word out, we would appreciate it to make it as much of a success as any of our other youth conferences have been. Dwayne, I'll turn it over to you if you have anything else.
No, I mean, just echoing what Jonathan said, we want to encourage our young people to join. So please spread the word. Pony Express, if you know anybody still using the Pony Express. This has, I mean, for my time on the board, as short as it's been a highlight of my time on the board, just participating in this. Always being able to give young people access to opportunities. And I really want to applaud our youth leadership council members that have been engaging and participating in this process the last few months. Because of them, we've been able to make some slight adjustments, be more targeted in our outreach. So they're already making an impact. So this is helping us build the next generation of council of community board members, or maybe even council members. Who knows? You never know. But I mean, that's what this is all about for me, at least. I really thank Jonathan for his stewardship of this over the years, and Sean and Anya, and even Irina from a couple of years back, for everything that they've done to help move this forward. I know my involvement in it has been, I mean, fractional at best, but I try to help where I can. So I'm the cheerleader.
And you've been an integral person all the way through in all the different ways you helped us. Don't undersell yourself. Don't undersell yourself.
I cheerlead and yell at people when they don't share, so don't have me come yell at you, because I don't like that and it's not fun.
Awesome.
So other than that, I don't think I have anything else. If we may, SYP application was extended. I can't pinpoint the date off the top of my head, I apologize. But if you do know any young people that are still interested in participating in the Summer Youth Employment Program, I know the website's been updated, the board website's been updated with the information. So please, if you don't have the exact information, direct them to the board website and have them apply. This was a difficult, 12 months. And I'm sure as we forge ahead, it's going to be a challenge, but let's try and find as many opportunities for our young people as we can. That's it. That's the end of the report.
Thank you very much. I am so excited for the youth conference this year. I just wanted to recognize the presence of Police Officer Joseph from the 70th Precinct Community Affairs. Moving on to the next topical committee, transportation, please. Hearing no one from the Transportation Committee, moving on to the Public Safety Committee.
I don't think there's a report from the Public Safety Committee, but just a preview of coming attractions. We will have our end of the year Public Safety Committee meeting tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, June 8th, but it will definitely be on a June weeknight prior to our June 14th final meeting. We'll get that one in.
Thank you, District Manager Campbell. Moving on to topical committee, education, libraries, and cultural affairs, please.
So good evening, Chairwoman Brown, District Manager Campbell, and the rest of the CB14 squad. And so the update from the Education, Libraries, and Cultural Affairs is that the Brooklyn Public Library stated that starting Monday, May 10th, they expanded services to include limited browsing and computer use to 13 branches. And so 2 of those branches do concern us because they fall within our boundaries, right? So the Flatbush Library and the Midwood Library are impacted by this decision. And so basically there's a few things. And so what this means, number one, is that on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, the hours will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, the hours will be 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And what they're saying is that starting on May 10th, people will be able to browse the shelves, use the computers and printers. They can register, renew, or upgrade their library card. There's also a means for them to take care of holds on pickups and returns. The guidance for mask wearing is still in effect. And what they're also asking people to do is to please limit their time inside to no more than 1 hour. And so that's the main update from the Education, Libraries, and Cultural Affairs Committee.
Thank you very much, Carl Henry Cesar. I just wanted to circle back to the Transportation Committee. I see, okay, no report. Okay, thank you so much. Next committee report is from Community and Environment, please.
Okay, hello, everyone. There was a ribbon cutting and rededication of the Lieutenant Federico Navi's tot lot on Cotelia on April 28th. It was a very nice ceremony. There were a number of people there from the community board, including our chairperson, Ed Powell, myself, and a few other people, including Sean. There were two politicians talking, Robert Carroll and Matthew Eugene. The tot lot is gorgeous. I mean, it's really, really nice. They have fountains there for kids to play in, new seating, shade, excellent work. For the dedication ceremony, they had all the top commanding officers for the borough, as well as the police honor guard. So it was a very, very nice ceremony. The wife and daughter of the lieutenant were there, and the daughter is now an officer in the police department in the K-9 unit. And that's my report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Loggins. Yeah, it was really such a lovely day. Perfect weather, under the cherry blossoms, and such a beautiful moment to see the park rededicated. The next report is from Human Services. Hi, let me change my hat. There's no report from the Human Services Committee. And that ends the reports from the topical committee. Moving the agenda forward to our ad hoc committees. Can I hear a report from the bylaw committee, please?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. So the bylaws committee met on both April 27th and May 6th. We forged ahead reviewing Articles 4 and 5 and began reviewing Article 6, which deals with committees. Co-chair Judge and I would urge bylaws committee members to attend our next meeting in June once the calendar is official. So keep an eye on that because we'll be that Article 6 committees that we'll be going through. There are some proposed changes. We discussed preliminarily some proposed changes to the makeup of the regional committees, and there's also been a proposal put forward to make some modifications to the topical committees. So it should be an interesting discussion that I think folks who are interested in the bylaws will not want to miss out on. So that's next on the agenda, and we're looking forward to that. That's all we got.
Thank you, Mr. Cohen. All right, that concludes the reports from our ad hoc committees. This brings us to our public session. This brings us to our public comment period. Board members are expected to remain for the public comment period. Because we were meeting remotely, all speakers were asked to pre-register via email to the board office. Any member of the public who was not able to register in time can follow up directly with the board and staff, who will include appropriate announcements on the Community Board 14 website. Matters of civil interest, announcements of public events are invited. No partisan political appeals, or advertising of for-profit enterprises are permitted. Service delivery requests should be brought to the attention of the staff by email or during regular business hours. Each speaker will be permitted to speak for up to 3 minutes and may not receive additional time from another speaker. The board has an obligation to conduct its business in an orderly manner. Any person preventing the meeting from continuing will be muted and possibly disconnected from the meeting. The intent of the public comment period is to permit the board and the community a chance to hear diverse perspectives on public issues. Accordingly, we ask that groups be represented by a single speaker. It is now 6:58. And District Manager Sean Campbell will be announcing our previously registered speakers at this time.
The first registered speaker is Teresa Manuel. Is Teresa with us? I didn't see her name. I didn't see her on the list. Teresa Manuel from United Cerebral Palsy of New York State. Okay, then I will skip to, we have either Keisha Daniels or Joanna Bosquet from Metro Plus Health. Keisha did pre-register. I have Joanna's name on the list too. I don't know which of you would like to speak on behalf of Metro Plus.
Actually, good afternoon. It's Carlene Farrier.
Oh, hi, Carlene.
All right, so my 3 minutes begin now. Thank you so much to the board for giving us this opportunity to remind the community that throughout COVID, we have remained practically open and available to the community. Our local office at 2221 Church Avenue, we have been assisting in person and telephonically to enroll our community in this time of need to gain access to health insurance. Of course, Metro Plus Health Plan is a 5-star, high-quality health plan, wholly subsidiary of New York City Health and Hospital. In our holistic offerings, we want to remind the community that we don't just provide health insurance, but we have care coordination where nurses and social workers meet with the patients where they are. We provide full support in addressing medical safety and socioeconomic needs. So, for example, we have been able to assist some of our members to gain access to housing through community-based organization and other initiatives. So that's we also have a pharmacy case management, a wonderful member rewards program, as well as all of the dozens of events that you may see us at in the community. And if one is wondering if they still qualify for health coverage, with the American Rescue Plan recently signed by President Biden on March 11th, we have been able to assist even more New Yorkers with gaining access to more affordable health insurance. So you can stop by our office. We'll put our information in the chat, or you can reach out to Joanna Bosquet, which is the one that was mentioned. She is the enroller, and that's why her name is there. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, this is Gail Smith. I just wanted to give a shout out to Carlene. Good to see you.
Hey, here, Miss Gail, we miss you.
That's nice that we can be a reunion center too. Madam Chair, the next speaker on the list is Nancy Lulu from the Kings County District Attorney's Office.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well and happy. I hope all the mothers enjoyed their Mother's Day weekend. Just wanted to give out a couple of announcements in regards to the DA's office's work. On May 6, 2021, Brooklyn District Attorney Gonzalez, together with NYPD Commissioner Dermon Shea, announced that an 18 alleged member of the Hooley Street gangs were variously charged in a 63-count indictment with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and to possess weapons, attempted murder, and related charges. Among the 4 homicides charged in the indictment is the shooting death of Devell Gardner, who was just 22 months old during a cookout in Bedford-Stuyvesant last month. Also, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez today announced that a Sunset Park attorney has been sentenced to 1 to 3 years in prison for stealing approximately $280,000 in down payment he received to hold in escrow from 2 clients he represented in a sale of their home. So let this serve as a reminder that DA Gonzalez is committed to protecting Brooklyn residents from attorneys and other fraudulent, fraudsters who abuse their positions of authority to take advantage of the entrusted of to take advantage of those that are entrusted to advise and represent. And also, just as a quick reminder, the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office is offering a 4-week internship to high school students during the summer from July 6th to July 30th, 2021. Selected students will receive a weekly stipend of $150. For more information, visit brooklyndA.org/internship, or you can email Felicia Harris at harrisf@brooklyndA.org. The deadline for the application is May 25th. And as always, if there's anything you would like to address with our office, to reach out to the Action Center at 718-250-2340. And if I could be of any assistance, feel free to reach out to me at lulun@brooklyndA.org. Thank you so much, Community Board 14, for everything, and have a good evening.
Next registered speaker is Darrell White from the New York State Attorney General's Office. Mr. White.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, Community Board 14. Again, my name is Darrell White, and I'm from the New York State Attorney General's Office. And I am the Community Outreach Liaison for the Brooklyn Queens Regional Office. And it's headed by the Assistant Attorney General in charge of that regional office, Michael Barbosa. I just wanted to get on right quick and just talk about some of the investigating things that we do, the assortment of matters that obviously affect New Yorkers that reside in the boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens, which involves consumer fraud issues, deed theft issues, internet safety, other consumer issues that affect senior citizens, ID theft, civil rights issues. We have a flyer that I can send to the district manager's office that talks about the some of the other things we do. Again, housing issues, tenants harassment issues, illegal evictions, and again, some of the senior issues that we hope to be able to help prevent seniors from getting caught into different type of scams, having seniors be targeted by scammers, and also elder abuse. And we even speak on the power of attorney issues, for that matter. And our office is still open, not necessarily physically where you can walk in, but I can always leave all the information on the chat if that's okay. My cell number, the AG's website, where there's still a host of information there that you can go on and find out. And of course, I'll leave my phone number and other information that may be useful. And then if in fact I can come back and then do a whole presentation about our protecting our community and our smart senior booklet, where we talk about, well, we get in depth with senior scams or scams in general that not just help seniors, but obviously help anyone that might be scammed. And I'll leave it at there, Madam District Manager.
Thank you, and we're always glad to post flyers. So send them along every time something comes up, and we'll extend the outreach. Also, it sounds like if you can take a lunch break, you might want to join our Lunch and Learn series, because there might be questions or you might be in a good position to ask really probing questions. So we hope to see you on the screen for lunch on one of these upcoming Thursdays. Thank you for all of that information.
Send an invite and I'll be there. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks. The next pre-registered speaker is Gabriel Torres from Representative Yvette Clark's office with us, or somebody else from the representative's office? Okay, then we will move on to Ed Powell from Very Many Places. Ed?
Thank you, Sean. I just wanted to quickly mention that the next meeting of the 70th Precinct Community Council will be on Wednesday, the 26th at 7:30. Same time as always, same that channel. Just check the community board office for the link to the meeting. Hope all the board members will come out and join us, and everyone else who's on this call. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was muted. The next speaker is Matthew Pitt from Councilmember Farrah Lewis's office.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Pitt, Deputy Chief of Staff to Councilmember Farrah Lewis. And it's good seeing all of you here tonight. I want to give a special thank you to the district manager and to the chairperson for giving me the opportunity to bring greetings to you all. I just want to give a happy belated Mother's Day shout out to all the mothers here on the call. I hope you all felt loved and appreciated for the tremendous work that you all do to support the household and the city as a whole. So definitely want to give a very special thank you to all the mothers here. On top of that, this month is also recognized as National Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's very important for us to know our city's ongoing efforts to expand mental health support at our schools, at our vaccination sites, and other areas throughout the city as well. In addition to that, last week, we also held an interfaith iftar dinner and a clergy breakfast in order to celebrate our cultural diversity while deepening partnerships to uplift our communities. And I want to give a special thank you to all the faith leaders who partnered with us throughout the years to make this community a better place to live. In addition to that, just want to give a few community updates. Please remember there's only one day left to vote in the community and citywide education council elections. This ends on May 11th. There are in-person sites that are open from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Or you can vote online as well through your NYC Schools account, where all of the students are generally supposed to be registered. In addition to that, we've also launched our cleanup initiative, which you all have probably heard about already. This is to remove litter within Council District 45 and at least twice a month in areas known as illegal dump sites or areas that require additional maintenance. Our office, along with our partners, come out with us to clean the place up a little bit. If you're interested in joining us, or if you have any suggestions on any areas we should hit, I'm going to place a contact information for my staffer, Sabrina, in the comment section, so you can contact her directly for more information. In addition to that, please remember that since we're partnering with area hospitals, we're asking constituents who are looking to schedule an appointment for COVID-19 vaccinations to please email us at d45covid@gmail.com, or you can text COVID vaccine to 917-947-9287. And I know I'm going a little fast here, but I will definitely post this information in the chat as well. And on top of that, if you need any assistance from our office at all with anything at all, please contact us at 718-629-2900 or via email at district45@council.nyc.gov. And that is all the announcements I have for today. Thank you, everyone.
Madam Chair, that was the last of our registered speakers for this evening, unless Gabriel Torres has shown up or Teresa Manuel. Then I think that we've covered them.
Just in case Matthew doesn't get an opportunity to get his information into the chat before we adjourn this meeting, we can make that available to you through the board office. That concludes the public comment period. And move the agenda forward to adjourning the meeting. Do I have a
Motion to
a-
adjourn.
seconded?
Seconded.
Seconded.
This meeting of Community Board 14 is adjourned at 7:13 PM Eastern Standard Time. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Stay well, stay safe.
John, thank you, Anya.
Good night, everyone.